Hi guys, welcome to a new section of Eddian Reacts. Now, this is a new thing for us, and we thought it'd be good fun to react to your reactions. And in this case, the artist is... Dimash. Before we start, guys, I'd like to draw your attention to the community tab. And it's a simple question. Would you prefer honest reactions from Eddian Reacts, or would you like more mild reactions and leave out really how we feel? So please go along and vote. It'd be interesting for me and Ed to find out what it is that you want us to do.
But do you want it honest, or do you want us to lie?
Yeah,
or sugarcoat it?
Because we never have up to this point.
And I don't really want to. I've got to be honest with you. I want to give you my honest thing. And I mean, if I really love it, you'll see when I love it. And when it hits me, you'll know.
Our mantra is not just another reaction channel, and we really try and strive towards that. Okay, let's carry on then. So we've read your comments. We've sorted out a few comments that we'd like to respond to, and just to clear a few things up.
Well, we've picked sort of half a dozen or 8, something like that, and we've tried to give a broad spectrum of the comments we got, so that they're not all the same kind of thing. So they cover quite a bit of ground, and then we can answer our thoughts on it.
So that's it. So the first one we've got, Ed, is from a Rita Deg 4199, and she writes,
"It's a project to make it different from other reactions."
Right, so, okay, well, to be fair, we do try and make our channel different from other reaction channels. That's the whole point in the way we present the channel. A lot of people just use a front camera, little square picture-in-picture of the talent, and they sit there, and personally, but this is only in my opinion, I think some of them jump in too much, they interrupt it too much. Sometimes they interrupt it as, halfway through something that really should have been left alone and commented at the end. But, just my opinion, we just like to do it the way we like to do it, to make it different indeed. So in that case, I do agree with Rita. We are trying to do this, and that's it. And we're also trying to be honest as well. So if we genuinely do like something, I certainly like to say yes, we do like it, and if we're not keen, then really we should be free to sort of say that we don't. What do you think?
Well, in my case, just to elaborate on what you said there, in my case, I don't try to be honest. I am honest. Right, I don't try to be honest. What you get from me is my honest reaction. You like it or you loathe it. But I don't give grey areas in the middle. It's black or white. To me, I like it or I don't like it. The thing is, because I don't like something, doesn't mean to say it's not good. No. It just means to say I don't like it. And it's like, any time when we did watch the reaction, when we reacted to Dimash, at no time did I say I didn't like him. At no time did I say he's a bad singer or anything. I said he's got a great voice, he's got great technique. Remember that, guys? I said he's got great vocal range. When we got on about the emotion side that people were getting on about, I didn't feel it emotionally. And the thing is, it's not for me to go looking to an artist for emotion. To me, it's the artist that
imparts it.
Involuntary imparts emotion to you. You feel it. And if you don't feel it, you don't feel it. I'm not going to lie to the guys, because that's what it is. I give you my honest reactions, good or bad.
I'd like to put it like this, Ed, right? You got 3 people in the room, and one says, "I love strawberry ice cream." Yeah. Strawberry ice cream is the best ice cream in the world.
Exactly.
And this other bloke says, "Well, I like raspberry ice cream."
Yeah, I hate strawberry.
Yeah, And the third guy's saying, well, you're both wrong.
I can take it or leave it.
You're both incorrect, because the best ice cream is chocolate.
Well, that's true.
And that's exactly what this is.
Well, it is, but you've also got the other persuasion that will go, well, I can take it or leave it. That's the fence sitter that won't give you, well, I don't like it or I do like it. I'll sit on the fence. Well, that's it.
Yeah. So that's it. Anyway, but thank you, Rita.
Yeah, thank you.
Deg 4199 for your reaction.
Yeah.
All comments are greatly appreciated.
Well, they're valid, and they're all valid comments.
Yes. The next one is from Paulina, 2038, and she writes,
Biggest dislike to your comments.
Right, what do you think about that, Ed?
Well, I think biggest like to her discourse. She didn't hear from us what she wanted to hear. Right, that's it. She had her opinion, and she must have come on with a preconceived. We're going to give the same opinion as her, and she didn't get it. And there's no qualification that qualifies what she said there. Yeah, well, I didn't like your channel, and I mean, that's it. I mean, there's no she doesn't justify it by any of why she got to that or whatever. All I can deduce from that is we didn't, me in particular, because I think most of this is coming at me because I don't think you said an awful lot, and I don't think you actually, when you did speak, I don't think you said in their mindset, I don't think you said an awful lot wrong. I think the bad it's coming to me. And as I say, I don't care. I'm here to give you my honest opinion, guys, not to sugarcoat it. Bottom line is, I think she's come in here and just, well, I didn't see what, so that's it. Well, I didn't give her what she wanted to hear. And that's it. That's how I see it. I mean, how do you see it?
Well, pretty much the same, Ed. I mean, the thing is, okay, she didn't like what we said, but, because, I mean, I suppose it's like this, Ed, right? If somebody says they don't like ABBA, and then somebody comes, I can't say to that person, you don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Because they either like it or like ABBA or they don't.
Exactly.
So that's all I've got to say about it. What else can you say, Ed?
Exactly. And what you've said here is true. There's a few comments that we did get. We haven't actually selected these as one, but there's a few said the same thing, and it's like, well, these guys know nothing. They don't know what they're talking about. Again, how can you justify that? You don't know what we know. I don't know what you know.
That's right.
I mean, it's just, I think it's people coming in and just being angry because they're not hearing what they really want to hear. And I'm sorry. I mean, it's like, if I like somebody, but you come in and you say the same kind of thing, I'm not going to come back. I'll say, I respect your opinion. That's your taste.
Absolutely.
I have my taste. I'm not going to come in there and give it this kind of thing,
No. Anyway, moving on, Ed.
Yeah.
We've got, and this is quite small writing for some reason. I don't know why it's like this. This is from Mona.
Oh, yeah. Is that
C9F.
Yeah.
And she writes,
Opinions. Everyone has one. This is what we get from reactors who are not educated musicians yet overly eager to impart their ignorance of an artist and his techniques based on codes like vocal gymnastics, a phrase we hear from many newbies to Dimash to show they know a thing or two about his artistry but actually know nothing. Sorry if my honesty offend you, but you were honest with your summary, so it's only fair that I reciprocate in kind. Thank you for treating yourselves to a well-executed performance from two classically trained professionals, and also for not talking over their performance. That's a big one.
So what do you think about that, Ed?
Well, what do you think first? I want to get your... Because what she's saying there, basically, I used all those words, so really that's more or less directed at me, really.
It is. Well...
Get your thought.
I don't know what an uneducated musician is because it's all relative anyway. But I've been involved in. I was in a 5-piece backing band in quite a substantial establishment.
So, in fact, not only were you that, you were the musical director.
I was the musical director for it, and it held 2,000 people, and I was.
How long did you hold that for?
About 15 years, 15. And then I went back for another 4.
Yeah, because you were uneducated, you see.
Well, so I don't. Whatever an uneducated musician is, and I'm not sure if I fit into that category. I've recorded bands in not this studio, but studios I've held in the past.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of mileage behind me as far as musicians and vocalists, and in fact, it goes beyond that. It goes to I mean, I've worked with jugglers, I've worked with comedians, I've worked with all sorts of people, and you know, so between Ed and I, you know, we've got Christ knows how many years' experience.
Well, there's about 100
and our
years.
experiences are different.
Of course they are.
So that's my opinion, Ed.
Well,
Go for it, Ed.
Well, like Ian says, we're both. I mean, I started off from when I was at 5 or 6 years old. My first instrument was trumpet. And I was properly taught. So, I mean, I can read music, had to read it. I mean, almost like a fly walking up a wallpaper. It was there. And I played up until about 8. So I was about 14 years old when I gave up the trumpet, because at that point I discovered the electric guitar and I wanted to be a guitar player. I wanted to be, right?
Yeah.
And long story short is, I've taken that and put it into my guitar playing, so and then bottom line is, I mean, you can tell we're not young guys, and I don't mind. No, we're not. But I don't mind telling these people we've both got more or less about around 50 years experience in music. So combined between us, there's 100 years of musical knowledge and education and experience. And for somebody to say we're musically uneducated, well, I don't know what the I was doing for the last 50 years then, if I've escaped the education. But the terminology we've used in there, look, these techniques that they use, they're great. I can't do them. I'm not a vocalist per se, but yeah, he's got great techniques. He's got great breath control. He uses his throat muscle. You know, he's got the narrowing of the vocal cords and the expulsion of the vocal cords to get all that. He's got great chest voice into mid-mix and head voice, and he's got the whole thing going. He's got the range. He's got everything. And yet the jumping. Now, when I say about the vocal gymnastics, what I mean is, it's great you can do them. There is a time and a place for those. But when you have someone that's doing another part and singing as this lady was, and to put these behind, I found it, personally, not very acceptable. It's almost like if someone's having a conversation and someone's talking, and then someone behind you starts yapping over the top of you, you would call that rude. You would call that rude, to speak over the focal point. And that's what I found. I'm not describing that the guy can do it, and he should do it. And I think the guy is a great, as I've said before, I think the guy's got a great voice. He's got great technique, great reach. Did it touch me? No. Now, what I will say is, to appease you guys anyway, to some of the comments that aren't mentioned here but in other ones, I'm prepared to give the guy another go. Because people say, oh, you picked the wrong one. And, no, we didn't pick the wrong one.
We get that a lot, though, to be honest.
We picked a suggestion that somebody gave us. So how can it be the wrong one? Someone suggested we do this. Another thing as well is, they say we shouldn't react to the duet. Well, that's fair enough. You need to hear him on his own. So I think we might give him another go.
Well, there were some suggestions, weren't there?
So we will have another go at watching. But at the end of the day, part of your singing is, if it involves a duet, it does. Now, I'm not going to mention it, but there's other artists, and we've got some coming up, that have singing the duet, and they're very sensitive and respectful to the partner. There is no this, where they could. I know this person could, and they don't. And the duet for me worked magically, because both voices worked together and in harmony, and each gave the place for the other when it was their turn. And that's all I'm saying. So I'm not decrying the guy in any way. No. Like you guys think I was bashed, I was not. It's just what my thoughts were, and regarding the emotion thing, it didn't touch me. No. And it's something that's up to the performer to give to me, not me to go and look for it.
Excuse me. Okay, then moving on then, Ed.
Yep.
We've got. I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing this one, but it looks like G1 Pun.
I think it's G1 Pun.
8459, and I don't know if the gender But
No, we don't know the gender.
he or she writes,
Dimash sings without emotions or feelings? What? Are you a K-pop diehard fan? They sing with emotions and feelings.
right then, Ed. So
Well-
what do you think of that one?
So he's saying Dimash sings without emotion, and then he's question mark, what? Question mark, question mark. Are we a couple of K-pop diehard fans? Now, where did that suddenly appear from?
Korean pop, I guess.
The thing is, we're reacting to Dimash, who I believe is from Kazakhstan, right? But he's singing with a Chinese girl on a Chinese program. So where does the reference to K-pop or Korean singers come from? I just don't get this. It's out of the blue. It's from left field. And what's that got to mean? Because we didn't think it was Dimash. Is he now? But is that a derogatory statement he's making? Oh, you like K-pop and K-pop's trash? Is that what he's saying? You like trash or something? I don't know.
That's it, I don't know.
The bottom line
The
is...
thing is, if he regards K-pop as trash, then it would be derogatory. Now, if somebody loves K-pop, then they might take offence to his comments if he meant it in a negative way.
Well, exactly. But it came out of nowhere because there's nothing to do with the show we watched and the two people we watched singing, and there was nothing Korean about it or K-pop about it. So why did this suddenly pop out? Because I'm taking it as far as because we didn't see him as he sees him, and he probably sees him as one of. I'm only assuming he's one of his favourites, if not the favourite best singer in the world.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a subjective thing. That's a subjective thing because there's no way you can say the best singer in the world. You can't because there's so many different genres. And good. And so how can somebody say he's the best in the world in your opinion? In your opinion. But again, we gave our honest opinion and got my ass kicked for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know where he's coming from about that. I mean, you read that, it comes in. I can't answer that because it's coming with K-pop. And by the way, I don't watch a lot of K-pop. In fact, I've watched very little K-pop. But I'll be honest, if I like it and it touches me and it's good, I will say it's good. If I don't like it, I'll say, well, it's not for me. I'm not thinking about it. That will get the honest opinion from me, like this video has had the honest opinion.
Yeah. Well, moving on to the next one.
Yeah, I think
then,
we
Ed.
should, yeah.
Yeah. Now then, this is from Grace Trespasses.
I think, yeah, it's something like Grace Trespasses or something like that, yeah.
Right, 2141.
Well, sorry if we butchered your name, Grace. We
Sorry
didn't mean
about that,
but,
yeah. Please don't bash us for
yeah, for that.
2141, and she writes...
I read the comments before watching the reaction. No thanks. I'm skipping this review low.
Right, okay, so why would you do that?
Well,
if I don't know, if there was a band, I mean, I like ABBA, so if somebody had just done a review to
ABBA,
an ABBA song that I hadn't heard, because somehow they'd got a preview of it, I wouldn't care what everybody else says.
Yeah.
I would want to hear it for myself because I think, well, what you don't like is different from what I like. Maybe I'll listen to the review, I'll hate the song and hate what the reviewer has said about it.
Yeah.
But there's no way I'd move on or not watch it because, you don't like how people have reacted to it before listening to it yourself. What do you think, Ed?
Well, I think that's a total preconceived idea. That's a total preconception. She's coming in there with a preconception when she saw the thumbnail. Oh, I'll go and watch it. It's Dimash. She's obviously a big Dimash fan. No problem with that at all. But rather than go and watch the video and make your own opinion, she thought, I'll read the comments, and then goes, well, I'm not watching that, so it's preconceived in her. I mean, would the same person go to a restaurant and walk past the table? She's going in there with a mindset, you know what, I'm going to this restaurant because I'm really looking forward to this particular meal tonight. Whatever it could be. It could be anything. And whatever it is. She's got it in her mind, she's going to have this meal. As they're showing to the seat, they walk past the table and here's some people going, oh, I wish I hadn't ordered this. She's then going to say, well, I'm going to not eat that because we all have different tastes. This is the thing. And she's going to say, no, I'm not having that meal. I heard them saying that. So she's coming in and looking at the comments and, well, I'm not going to watch that. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. That's a preconception. And sorry, I mean, you having a go at us, our opinion and things like that, I think that's, what you're doing there is worse than anything I said.
Well, yeah.
In that thing, by doing something like that.
Anyway, Ed, moving on. I could hardly say this one, Ed.
Well, you can,
Well,
yeah.
it's my fault, really. Michael...
Is it Michael Elliot?
Elliot, 8536. And he writes...
Dimash often gets down on his knees and even pounds the floor to get his emotions across. He uses breathy tones, belts, growls, vocal fries, whistle notes etc. to show his emotions, so I don't know what more he could do to show he cares about the lyrics. Try I kenate or korajimai.
So, what's your thoughts?
Well,
what's your thoughts on that, Ed?
I think towards the end of it, what he's actually recommending that we, or suggesting, if you like, that we should look at another couple of his videos. I think that's what that is that he's saying. Try this and try that. So I'm assuming these are a couple of other Dimash's performances, and probably with him on his own. Now, let's get this right. I understand what he's on about, the whistles, the growls, the vocal fries. It's all vocal technique and it's great. There's lots of them use. I mean, it's great to be able to do that and have that in your arsenal. Most singers can't have that. So the guy's great. When he's talking about dropping your knees and pounding the floor to show emotion. Wait a minute, look. There's people sing, I've heard that can sing. Look, I'll give you, what can I give you as an instant? I mean, one of my favourite vocalists is a guy called Paul Carrick. The lead singer with Making the Mechanics. They sung a song called In the Living Years. It was all about his dad, and when his dad passed, he wished he'd be able to say things to him in his living years. That guy, when he sings, I mean, that hits your heart. That voice, the soul in his voice, just, it's there. You listen to somebody like Paul Rodgers in the rock style. There's not many blues rock. Well, he's noted to have the best, or he's reckoned to have one of, if not the best, soulful, emotional voices in rock and blues. That touches me. There's lots of them. I'm not going to get them all. There's loads of them. What I'm saying about Dimash is a great singer. Does he get to the emotion? Does he just singing? If I shut my eyes, can it hit me there? My emotion gets sparked by what he's putting to me. No, it doesn't. The fact that you're dropping on the floor and pounding the floor means nothing. You can go and watch a video, any video on YouTube of James Brown, the soul singer, great soul singer. Again, talking about having soul in your voice. He's got soul. He's known at his concerts, he goes into this emotional state, and the bodyguard, and he's almost collapsing on the floor, and the bodyguards come and they take him away and they throw a coat over him. Come on, James, we help you. And as he gets to just about off the wing of the stage, he starts up again and he runs back to the mic, and he does this about 3 or 4 times. That's theatrics. That's nothing to do about emotion or nothing. That is theatrics. That is an act. That's an act. Like an actor. It's giving a show to people. Nothing to do about emotions. Let's qualify that.
Marvellous, marvellous. Moving on then, Ed. We've got Dennis
McDonald.
7853. And he writes...
So that does not serve the song. I guess some people were born with very little understanding. I guess you are thrilled when you get a new roll of toilet paper.
Right, Ed. Well, I don't know about toilet paper, but I do like toilet paper, and
it's very useful and needed.
It is very useful, yeah. I wouldn't really like to be without toilet paper,
not at all.
Pleased about a new roll. Well, I guess if I think that I look round after I've been to the toilet and I think, well, there's no toilet roll in there. I am quite pleased if somebody shouts up, I've got a toilet roll here. Do you want me to throw it up? And then I am quite pleased at that. You know, I'm not going to lie, Ed. You know, but I'm not overly excited by it. I'm just relieved, to be honest.
Well, you would be, wouldn't you? You'd be more relieved with the act you did just before the toilet paper.
That's right.
That's where you get the relief.
That's right, yeah. Very little understanding, I mean, from my point of view. Again, you know, it's like saying, do you like the Carpenters? And if you say you don't like the carpenters, it's a bit like me saying to you, well, you don't understand anything then.
Well, that's it.
You don't understand, you've got very little understanding about music, you know, which is a stupid statement to make.
Well, it is.
You know, followed up by an even more stupid comment about toilet paper.
Well, that's it.
There you go, Ed.
I mean, that was a very eloquent comment he put in.
Yeah.
It just shows you, you know. Look, about the understanding. There's no. He doesn't qualify what he's on about. What don't we understand? Again, is he on about, well, they don't understand emotion? We're back to this emotion thing. And because it never touched our heart, we don't understand it. This is the thing, I keep going back to this. Look, emotion is a thing that is conveyed by, it could be anything. Forget Dimash is a vocalist at the moment. Let's talk about a piece of art that an artist's done. There's people go and watch this thing, and there's people that see the art, and it touches them. The artist has conveyed something to the watcher. Exactly. And there's others that will just walk in and go, well, it's a good painting. Does that mean that one's wrong? No, it just means that's what they see, that's their opinion. The other one has been touched by the artist, right? The one that's not could go somewhere else. It might actually see, for instance, a statue that's been moulded, you know, and they go, that touches them. The one that was touched by the painting just goes, well, it's just a nice statue. This is the thing. It's very subjective, guys. The performer or the artist, meaning what they draw, what they sing, whatever one says, they're the ones that when they're doing their profession, they're putting out their being to you. It either touches you or it doesn't. Right? And because it doesn't touch me, it's not me, it's wrong. And it's not him, it's wrong. It just doesn't happen.
No.
That's it. Let's get in the real world here. Sometimes it just doesn't happen.
It doesn't.
Right? And you can't say, he's right and I'm wrong, or that I'm right and he's wrong, or that we're both wrong and we're both right. We are just what we are.
Absolutely marvellous, yeah.
And then regarding the toilet roll, I mean, if we had the toilet roll, I'd be inclined to use it to clean up the shit that guy's just spoke. That's what I would think it's for.
Yeah, and I'd be pleased about that.
Well, I don't give a... You know, I don't give a... Because I'm not supposed to have an opinion according to this guy, you know. And because he can't eloquently tell us that, he's going, what's he bringing about toilet paper for? You know? I don't know.
It was very popular during COVID, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Moving on then, Ed.
Yeah, I think we should.
And this is the last one, by the way. Okay, so this one is from Dear for Dimash _Lenka 143, and they write,
Disappointed. Bye guys. Awful. I subscribed and unsubscribed immediately.
Right then, okay, so I'm just going to say, Lenka, well, that's up to you, of course. Whoever you are, I mean, if that's your choice. I mean, for everybody's information, we had about 167 new subscribers on that video, so yours isn't really missed that much.
No.
And that's all I've got to say about it, really. What about you, Ed?
Well, again, it's another comment just coming in to be derogatory, but with no explanation or qualifying the statement. I just came in, didn't like it, subscribed, but then unsubscribed immediately. Well, goodbye. But you didn't say why. And at the end of the day, I find that more derogatory than what our reaction is. Because at least the other ones are actually saying why they think this way and whatnot, and that's fine. But to come in and just say that, again, to me it's like, well, I'm coming with a preconceived idea of how these guys are going to react, and well, it's going to be wonderful, blah blah blah. And then when it doesn't go along with your opinion or what your thought process, it's like, well, I'm not, you know. I mean, how childish is that, and how rude is that? You know, and it's like, well, you have to respect my opinion, but I ain't going to respect yours. That's it. So, as far as I'm concerned, like you said, your subscription won't be missed, and bye. Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Okay, lastly, there was a comment that I made about the young lady's eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I made the comment, and we haven't actually drawn the comment out, but they made a comment that I was rude in pointing it out. I actually found the young lady quite attractive.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was unusual.
I thought she had very pretty eyes.
Very pretty eyes, you know.
Yeah.
And apparently I was being rude. Now look, you know, if you're going to come to the channel and just look for something to point out and be negative and be insultive about, so please don't bother.
Well, this isn't the channel for you.
You know, it's like, you know, there's people that go to a hotel and they go and look, they look where no one would look, you know, and they're peeling back the sheets, looking for dust everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, what you there for? You going on holiday, or you going to enjoy yourself, or you going to, you know, and then write up some horrible review?
Are you going to housekeep?
If you're that way inclined, just leave us alone.
Yeah, just don't come in.
And your comments, you know, will be happily deleted, you know, and not responded to.
Exactly.
And that is one of them. So that comment would have disappeaed by now.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a stupid comment.
That is a stupid comment.
And we've had comments like, and Ed knows that we've had comments about the colour of our shirts. You know, me wearing glasses. You know, what is it about you that you need glasses? I'm not watching you anymore. Well, don't what?
We had one that was the guy with the dark glasses. How rude! He can't even watch you in the eye.
That's
I mean,
right.
We're not even looking at anyone. We're on a camera.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys.
So I wear these because my eyes don't like bright lights.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
So anyway, that's the ranting over with today, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you do want to see any more of us reacting to you, then put that in the comments, because we don't mind doing an extra video now and again, do we, Ed?
No, not again.
There won't be regular,
thing,
but you know, perhaps once a month or something like that.
But
you know.
and also, as I said at the start, guys, we're not adverse to reviewing another Dimash. And again, and we'll take your suggestion that we do it with one. He's on his own and that, you
Absolutely.
know. And we'll give him a fair crack of the whip, because we're not here to disparage anyone. And you know, that's it. You know, we'll give him another go. So let us know in the comments. Let us know. Suggest what you think we should look at next.
Anyway, guys, from Eddian Reacts, we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.